is to prove that plants produce oxygen.
Plant produces oxygen. In order to prove that a plant produces oxygen, we put a candle in each of 2 jars. In one jar, we had a plant, and in another jar, we had a candle. We just had a candle. After we lit both candles and closed the lid, the fire in both jars will eventually cease to exist. This is because the fire needs 3 things to keep on continuing. Number 1, fuel. Number 2, heat. And number 3, oxygen. In both jars, the oxygen will eventually run out and therefore stop the fire. But if a plant produces oxygen, the fire should continue for longer. Materials needed: 2 jars, matches, 2 candles, and a plant. Procedure: first, put 2 jars right beside each other. Then, get a match and strike it. After that, light the 2 candles. Then blow the match. Next, put the plant in the jar with the dirt. That's dirt. Make sure it is very close to one side. Once done, find a way to put the candles in the jar without disrupting the flame. For this experiment, I used chopsticks. After that, once ready to start recording the data, close the lid. First, but make sure you have the plant completely in. Observations. As you can see in the picture of the procedure, a lot of things are going on. The first thing I noticed is humidity. This happened because the candle heated up the moisture from the plant in the soil and therefore causing condensation around the sides. And the second thing I noticed is in the middle of the experiment, if you listen very carefully, you hear a pop. That's the sound of the lid popping back in. Finally, the fire in the jar with the plant lasted longer than the fire in the jar without a plant. This proves that plant produces oxygen. In conclusion, we proved that a plant does produce oxygen.